if your partner has a tolerance for bad scores. Because you can worse than that. So it all depends on how much your partner's willing to put up with. Ask me how I know that. So anyway, so sometimes sometimes I'm a little less than disciplined on my week twos, but my partner knows that. So number one, vulnerability matters. Why does vulnerability matter?
Because of the points you're getting when you accept.
Well, that's right, and plus, you're opening a hand that has fewer points than the normal opening bid has, right? You just have an extra card in the suit that's going to try to help you. 2 bids are mildly preemptive. 3 bids and 4 bids and 5 bids are really preemptive. What we're going to talk about tonight, by and large, applies only to week twos. Preempts, obviously, if you're vulnerable, your suit needs to be good. You need to have stuff at the top of your suit. I know people who preempt with jack-high suit, and their partners don't like it very much. If you want to know the truth, we want to have partnership, harmony, and trust as much as we can, because it's important. Now, seat position also matters. Remember, we've talked about seat position, right? So it makes a difference whether you're sitting in the first chair, second chair, third chair, or the fourth chair. What do you do if your partner opens with a week 2 bid? If you have 3 card support, raise to the 3 level. That's just a simple matter of math. Your partner has 6 of them, you have 3 of them, that's 9 together. Bid to the 9 trick level. And that, even if you have only 6 points in your hand, it's called extending the preempt, and it's very effective. Very effective. You don't expect to make the bid, but the law of total tricks is what this is based on, and about 75% of the time you'll come out smelling like a rose. Because if you have the number of trump that matches the level where you bid, most of the time you're going to come out just fine. Because there are a lot of people that will hesitate to bid over you. They won't have the nerve, or they think that their hand's not quite good enough, and they're like I am sometimes. They talk themselves out of bidding. Don't do that, folks. It's a bad habit. Look for reasons to bid. Don't look for reasons not to bid. You'll do better. If you have 4 card support and it's a major suit, just raise to the 4 level. Partner has 6, you have 4, go for it. If you have 5, don't bid 5. So just because it's 11, just bid 4. You don't have to bid more than game. Game will do. Okay, now then, if you're lucky enough to have an intermediate hand opposite your partner's week 2, usually when I have a good hand is when my partner decides to preempt or bid a week 2. And if you're lucky enough to have that good hand, you can do one of 2 things. You can bid 2 no trump, asking your partner for a feature. Anybody remember what a feature is? Ace or king. An ace or king in a suit other than the week 2 bid suit. In other words, an outside suit. An ace or a king. And why would you care about that? Well, maybe your partner's suit isn't solid. Maybe you have too small in partner's suit, and you're kind of interested in no trump. He's got 6 cards in the suit, and you've got too small. Maybe you can set it up with 2 leads, and maybe it'll take 2 leads just to drive out the opponent's stoppers, and you need a way back to his hand to cash your winners. You're looking for an outside entry to his hand. It's why you ask for a feature. Or, if you have no support for partner, meaning a singleton in his suit or worse, and you have a good hand and your own 6 plus card suit, bid your suit. Whether or not you're forcing your partner to bid again is up to partnership agreement. If you agree that it is forcing, that's why you need to have at least 17 points. Because your partner's going to be at the 3 level, right? How many points do you need generally to make a 3 level bid? Does anybody know? About 23. about 23 to make either 2 no trump or a 3-level bid. Sometimes you can do it on fewer if distribution is on your side. But in general, 22 to 23 points is what you need. So don't go asking for a feature or bidding another suit, especially if you and your partner have agreed that that's forcing. You're saying to your partner, I have no tolerance for your suit. Do you have support for mine? If it's forcing, he may have to rebid his own suit.
So if you haven't agreed to, that's a forcing bid, the person who did the original week 2 bid could pass at that point. If they don't-
That's right. If you have agreed that it's not forcing, then he can pass that bid. And he could pass it with a singleton or a void or any of that stuff. Maybe he's open to week 2 with 6 points and his 6-card suit. So there you are.
So, are you saying that day in, day out, by and large, you should not agree that it's forcing? You should-
Now, my partners and I play RONF, raise is the only non-forcing bid. We play that another suit is forcing.
That's what that stands for if you open with the preempt.
If you open.
Raise is the
yes,
only non-forcing
non-forcing
bid.
bid.
Okay.
Yes. We play that it is forcing.
Well, you just said you played non-forcing. Raise is the
No,
only
the
non-forcing.
only the raise, the weak bid is the only
Oh,
non-forcing.
I get it, okay.
Raise is the only non-forcing bid. If a new suit by responder is not forcing, you have to mark it on your card and you have to tell the opponents that it's not. Normally, a new suit by responder is always forcing, isn't it? In the case of a week 2, it's a matter of partnership agreement. You can play it either way.
Would you say that about marking your card again?
What's down there in the week 2, you know, where down in the lower right-hand corner, where it says two diamonds, 2 hearts, 2 spades.
Right.
Then all the way over to the right, there's a 2 no trump option.
Gotcha, yeah.
And you should check that, and you can just write feature there. And then underneath that, it says new suit, NF, non-forcing. I can't remember what the rest of them are down there.
If it's checked, you have to tell people
Yes,
that
Yes.
it's not forcing.
yes, you do.
You have to
Yes,
alert
ma'am.
that.
Okay, so let's say you bid 6 spades because your partner
You
bid,
bid 2 spades, you bid 2 spades.
I mean, yeah, you bid, wouldn't it be 3 over here? You got 17 points and 6 cards in a new suit.
Okay,
You bid that new suit. Now, wouldn't that tell the opener he now has to choose between the 2 suits?
Well, he can either pass your bid or
So he
rebid
can't
his.
pass, so that means it's not.
Yeah,
forcing.
that's what I just said. That's a matter of partnership agreement.
Oh, okay.
You and partner need to decide how you're going to play. So,
So if the 2 no trump bid that asks for future,
by the way, that 2 no trump is always forcing. Remember, all strange bids are forcing. If you don't understand what it means, for God's sake, don't leave your partner. Really, have a heart.
It wasn't a strange bid.
Okay, all strange bids are forcing. Yes, Dave? All strange.
Why would you raise a week 2 bid to a 3-level?
To extend the preempt. You're trying to block the opponents, trying to make, if it goes 2 hearts, double, 3 hearts, now all of a sudden this guy either has to bid 3 spades or come in at the 4 level.
Okay.
He's going to be a lot more reluctant to bid than if this guy hadn't bid, isn't he? That's the whole idea.
so when they ask for future, how do you, what are the bids? I mean, like, say you have,
If you have the king of diamonds, you would bid diamonds.
okay.
Bid 3 diamonds. If you have the king of clubs, you bid 3 clubs. And by the way, what if you have 6 clubs and not too much else?
Yeah.
Anybody in here going to open that 2 clubs?
No.
I would hope not. A lot of partnerships have agreed that could be open 3 clubs. If you have a nice club suit and only 6 of them, that's okay. That's okay. Remember, when you open with a week 2 bid or any other preempt, you have announced to Is that true? It's not, is it? So don't open a weak tube with an outside four-part matrix. Yeah, that's the reason for that rule. Okay? Yeah. Because your partner may, if you open two hearts and you have an outside four spades, your partner may have four spades also. He's not going to bid spades with a four-card spade suit over your two-heart bid. He's not going to do it. The first place you want to play is an 8-card major suit fit, and the best one to play is 4-4. So that's always what you're looking for. That's one of the rules. The other thing, and I'm not sure that I've mentioned this yet, you never ever ever preempt over a preempt. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by preempt over a preempt?
Your opponent's.
Your opponent's preempted,
You are preempt.
and now if you've got a weak suit also, you don't bid it over another weak bid. The reason for that is there's a rule in bridge that's generally accepted. If your bid comes after a strong bid, like for instance, 1 diamond, that's an opening hand. That's more than Carol's share of the points. 1 diamond, 2 hearts, a jump by you is weak. 2 hearts, 3 spades. This bid is weak. 3 spades is never weak. Always strong. The rule is if the bid ahead of you was strong, then a jump by you is weak. If it was weak, then a jump by you is strong. That's just a general rule.
And you don't ever make
preempt
any
over a
announce that or
preempt.
anything like that, it's just understood.
It's just, it doesn't work very well.
Well, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, you've taken up all the bidding space. But in order to be able to figure out what bids mean, and as you get further on down the road, you'll see why this matters. For now, you'll just kind of have to take my word for it. But you'll be happier if you learn to do it that way, I promise.
Strong being 17 or 1?
No, strong, if it's a regular opening bid, that's it, yeah. 1 diamond, 2 hearts. 2 hearts is weak because that bid was strong. 2 hearts, 3 spades. 3 spades is strong because 2 hearts was
But
weak.
it can just be an opening strong.
Yeah. Well, obviously, for a 3 spade bid, at the jump at the 3 level, that's more than a common garden variety opening
Yeah,
hand.
so that's what I thought. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking medium
Yeah.
hand or better.
It depends on the level, of course. The other thing is, remember, no preempts in the 4th seat. You want to go positive, we do. It's going to pass, pass, pass. No preempts in the 4th seat. You want to go positive. If you can't go positive, throw it in and go on to the next hand.
No, that's only if nobody else is bid.
Yeah, 4th seat.
But
That's,
if
yeah, that's no opening preempts in the 4th seat. Okay, let's practice just a little bit. We're about to run out of time here. Let's see what we can do. Here's a hand. What would you bid if you held the hand number 1 in the 1st seat? What would you bid with it? 2 spades, sure. How about 2nd seat?
1 spade.
Why would you bid 1 seat of spade and 2nd seat?
Too many points.
It's only got 9 points.
11. Count 11 points.
It's got fewer than 10 high card points in it. Are you going to open that 1 spade? I want to be your opponent if you will. Okay?
It has 11.
Counting length.
No.
Look at it.
No, it has king, queen, jack. That's 6. 3 more is 9. That's 9.
And a queen and a jack.
King, queen, no. This is,
5 and 5
3,
plus
4,
6.
5.
we're talking about hand 1.
Oh, I
I just moved it from 1st seat to 2nd seat.
Oh.
How about 2nd seat?
We didn't know that.
Yeah. You guys thought I was
Cool
moving
job.
on to number 2. Yeah. Okay, what would you bid with hand number 1 in 2nd seat?
Half.
Spade.
2 spades, sure. 9 high card points and a really nice spade suit. 2 spades all day long. How about in 3rd seat?
Well, then you wouldn't open with that, you can only bid that after someone.
No,
We're talking preempt.
it's a weak 2
Probably
bid.
number 2 is the second hand.
No, we're still talking about hand 1. No, I'm still talking about
Two
One
spades.
spade.
Two spades.
You could be.
We're supposed to agree 4, 5, 6.
Well, you might think about three. You
Because
might
you
think
know
about
the
three.
fourth
I'd do
seat's
two for sure. And what would you do in fourth seat?
Pass, yes.
We got that.
Right.
We're all ready for it.
How about hand number two? In first seat, what would you do with that?
One spade.
That's 11 points, you don't see it with 11 points.
That's only 11.
That's a nine.
One
You'd
spade.
open a spade. You'd open one spade.
One spade.
Who said one number? It has 11 high card points in it. Who's gonna open one number? Oh, hand number two. Oh, hand number two. What are we gonna open that? One spade.
One spade.
In first seat. How about that has more than 10 points in it?
You said in first seat, one
In
spade?
first seat,
One spade?
one spade, it has more than 10 points in it. You're talking about hand number two. It has 11 high card points.
Oh, and then 13 with
Yeah.
distribution, yeah,
Yeah.
one spade.
At least.
All right,
at least
second
get
seat,
six.
what would you do? Same thing, one spade, absolutely. How about third seat?
two
Two.
spades.
I might be inclined to do that. My partner's a passed hand, right?
Yeah, and so is the other guy's partner, so you know what the points are.
Yeah, the points are all in the fourth seat over here, unless these guys each have about 10 apiece here. Then your left-handed opponent's the one holding all the points.
I'd go-
Let's make life difficult for
I'd
him.
go two spades just because he'll go to bid hearts, and with those three hearts, you're gonna take two tricks.
He might bid hearts.
I would
Might
say
be.
more.
Well, if vulnerability matters, I would hesitate if I were vulnerable, but if they were
I would.
vulnerable, it would.
I would, that's a very good week two opening bid, even
Yeah.
vulnerable.
In the
So,
third seat, aren't you keeping your partner from bidding? Let's say he has 5 hearts, he ain't gonna bid 2 hearts over 2 spades. I mean, 3 hearts over 2 spades.
Which he's already passed. so
he's
it's-
already
Yeah,
passed.
he's had
He can have 10 points though.
He's had his.
He can have 10 points.
You could have to.
That's something worth thinking about. All
I mean,
depends on
'cause you
your
have
style.
support for hearts too.
Yeah, because if he has 5 hearts and 10 points, he may well want to win 2 hearts. Good thing. All depends on your bidding style and what your partnership agreements are. How about, hand, seat 4 with number 2? Just pass. How about number 3 here? In first seat, you would pass. Second seat, you would pass. In third seat, you would bid 2 spades, yes.
2 spades with 5 of them?
Yes. Anything goes in third seat.
I always forget that.
Anything goes in third
You
seat.
don't.
Partner needs to be aware of the fact that you may bid it on only 5 good ones.
That you could have had a drink or two before you came.
That's right. He just needs to
Now we're
chill.
talking.
It's a third seat preempt,
That's good.
and he should not come alive all of a sudden and get an intelligent look on his face and decide to bid something, you know? He's passed. You have bid 2 spades saying, I don't have a full opener over here. I'm just trying to get in their way.
So on the computer, I bid 2 spades in the third seat with 6 queen high, and my partner had no spades in there.
Yeah, well, but you know what? I wouldn't do it with a queen high suit, and that's
Well,
all.
in the third seat,
Probably not, no. Probably not. I mean, I'm a little hesitant on, now I would have 6 of them. If I had queen, jack, 10, I'd do it. But not just queen and out, queen empty. That's just asking to go for a telephone number, folks. That's just asking for it. But you know what? You don't have to bid disciplined week 2. You don't have to. I mean, if your partner asks you for a feature and you have very few points, or you have bid on a real dog of a hand, then you can always just rebid your suit and say, sorry, not today, I'm in this hand, and go on.
On number 2, did you say you passed that in 4th seat?
Yes, absolutely. No preempts in fourth seat.
Yeah, but you could bid that, you said you could bid that as a one.
Well, you might.
I would
But in
pass a
fourth, we're gonna get to
six-card
fourth
spade.
seat in it. This is not a two-spade bid in fourth seat.
Right, it's
It's
one
not,
spade.
it's, well, if you want, yeah, if you want, if you want.
Six-card spades. I
You
would
could,
bid.
you could open one, you could open one.
Yes, he does bid it.
Know your opponents. That's part of the secret of this game. How about this one right here?
One
Open
spade.
spade.
That's one spade in the first chair. How about the second chair? One spade. How about the third chair? One spade. How about the fourth chair?
One spade.
Two spades. Two spades.
16 points.
This is a classic two-spade opening in the fourth seat. Two bids in the fourth seat are preemptive, but never weak.
Okay.
Never weak. Remember, when you open in the fourth chair, you expect to go positive. And if you don't have spades, you've got to be prepared to fight the opponents, because once you open the bidding in fourth seat, if you don't have the spades, the people who do are going to jump right in the middle of the auction. So when you have the spades, block them out. This is a classic two-spade opening in the fourth chair. About 16 points and 6 good spades.
Have the other three people already passed?
Yes. That's what it means to open in
But if
fourth
you
seat.
go along with those cards, then one of the others may have 5 or more different suits.
That's right. That's right. But this is a classic, two spades and fourth seat. All right, now then, if your right-hand opponent opens 2 hearts, what are you going to do now? You've got hand number 1.
Two spades.
Two spades.
Remember what I said? Never preempt over a preempt.
Well, it's an overcall.
Yeah, but don't ever do weak over weak.
Don't preempt over a preempt. That is overcalling.
Yeah.
That is overcalling. So what are you going to do with this hand?
Uh,
Pass. Pass. You are not strong enough to show a new suit at the 2 level because your opponent on the right opened 2 hearts. You would like to bid, but your hand's not strong enough. Yes,
Can't
Ed?
say two spade?
No,
No.
no.
That's an
Don't preempt.
overcall?
Don't preempt over a preempt. How about this one right here?
That's double.
Two spades.
Now, wait, on the top hand, oh, no, never mind, you remember the points, go on.
That's right. You have 9 high card points. You're not going to double with that, even though you're short in hearts. You don't have enough to double.
From here, is the club a jack or a 10 T? I can't see it.
The club, that's a 7.
No, in the second hand, We were talking
It's a
about,
king, jack, 2.
that's a jack, okay.
Yes. Okay, how about hand number 2?
Two spade.
Here's a rule. When you have a 5-card suit, don't double, bid the suit. Your partner may have only 3 spades, and then you won't find your spade fit, will you?
Yeah, and as long as they know that that's not weak, then you're okay.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Exactly.
You can't bid 2 spades with this hand and with this
Right,
one.
you just can't do it.
Folks, you cannot have the same bid mean 2 different things. That's why you can't bid 2 spades with this hand and with this one. You're better served to save it for this one. I promise you are.
Makes sense.
I promise. Okay, how about hand number 3?
No, that's my double.
You're not short cards, are you?
No.
Your hand's not big enough for the big double.
How about no trump? Two no trump.
Give that woman an extra cookie.
Because you have stoppers
Just
and
like
everything,
two-
yeah.
The
2 no trump over a week 2 shows a hand that would have opened 1 no trump had it not been for that pesky week 2 bid. This is a classic 1 no trump opening. It promises 1 no trump opening points and a stopper in the opponent's suit. At least 1. This is a classic 2 no trump over 2 hearts.
You play standard.
Sure. Anything that you and your partner have agreed is entirely within the realm of being all right. You have to play it at the 3 level though, so a partner needs to understand that he's got to have enough offer game to
Trying to
use
respond
staff,
back to me.
because he's gonna bid it
See
three.
if I can get something.
Okay, one day there wasn't much going on at the church, and so a priest and a nun decided they'd take